All right, it's Wednesday morning, November 11th, Veterans Day. Thank you, veterans, for all you've done for us in this country. I appreciate it. Had a pretty decent sleep last night. It did start raining. I had one door fully closed, one door partially closed, the other side of the tent fully open. And I didn't have any rain come in that way, but apparently at some point my pad slid because I was on a slight angle trying to keep my feet kind of propped. And my head slid all the way down to the end and pushed it to where any condensation would roll actually down the screen into the bathtub where my head was. So I woke up at one point and noticed my head felt damp, and I put my hand down past the pad and there was like a puddle in the corner. I was like, oh crap. So got up, moved off the pad, slid it a foot back down where it originally was, and got out a light load towel and sponged that mess up. So wasn't a big deal, but now my pad's pretty damp. I did it on the foot end too. I'm not sure why I just had like condensation at the foot end, like a little bit, and then at the head, where I know why the head did, but I couldn't figure out what happened on the foot end. But it is what it is. Quit rain in the sun may come out, or it's going to come out, but I don't know how strong. And we've got 18 and a half to do, so depending on when we get out of here, maybe we can get some sunlight and maybe, or at least a dry breeze tonight, kind of dry everything out. So quilt was dry, tent's damp of course because it rained on it, but other than that, it was a pretty good night. Sleep was about on par for what it's been this whole time. I woke up about 1 thinking, man, I'm awake, I wonder what time it is, and it's like, oh, it's 1 a.m. Not time to get up at all. So I've been up since 5:30. I went ahead and ate and filtered some water, took care of some cat hole business, you know what I mean. So we're getting things squared away, and we'll head out here in a little bit, and I'll keep you guys up to date. See a little smoke coming off the mountain up there. This is what we were expecting the Lakeshore Trail to be like. It's literally just walking along the lake on a trail. But it's been good this morning. We've been making pretty good time. Trail's been very nice. So it's been good times. It's about 1.6 miles to Kirkland Creek campsite. I think we're gonna stop there and eat a snack. It is 9:23, so I ate about 6. I started eating about 6. I don't know that I finished till later, but that's okay. I'm at the point now where even when I eat, I don't feel like I ate anything. Not that I have like a gnawing hunger or anything. It's just, it almost feels like I didn't eat anything. So, but I guess that's the good thing about doing intermittent fasting is you tend to not, or I tend to not ever feel hungry per se. So I guess that works out well. I just know out here, my body wants calories because we're putting in work all day long. So I checked, and when we come out near Smokemont, I had a wild thought about maybe hitching into Cherokee, getting a Hunt Brothers pizza, and then hitching back to trail. But there's also the Smokemont riding stables where we actually cross 441, and they apparently have vending machines and stuff. So I may raid the vending machine, because I had even thought about, well, I know if you walk up to Econo Lefty, which isn't that far from where we're crossing anyway, They've got a little store and vending machines and stuff, so I have to see where my food, my canister is at, snack and calorie wise, and I may have to be making a pit stop or multiple pit stops to refuel. So keep you guys up to date on that. Go ahead and say it. See this white thing? It's a mushroom. And what's bad is I've seen so much toilet paper in sections on trails, not just this trail, but the AT, the Pinhoti, you know, you name it, whatever. And we've all seen it. That every time now I see something white on the ground, my mind immediately assumes that it's toilet paper. And that's pretty sad if you think about it, so. Leave no trace, people. All right, so first successful use of the umbrella with the strap. Unfortunately, the clip for it left a trace somewhere along the way. First couple days in, of course, I wasn't using an umbrella, so I didn't notice it, but it popped right off the daisy chain. So I still have the elastic strap, and it actually is working to use that to hold the base of the umbrella. And then I've got the shaft behind my sternum strap, and that seems to be working good as long as I don't lean forward. If I lean over, then it kind of flops, but otherwise it works really good. I'll bring you some hiker ingenuity at its finest. Look at this. They got them a little TV, and all this is foam that they get up during the winter from the lake. So somebody made seats. There's a garbage can and what looks like an entertainment center with a little TV sitting on it over here by the fire ring. So this isn't an official campsite, but I think there's some spots maybe we've seen like this, kind of not by a creek, that we wonder if it's not maybe like an educational spot where the park may take some people out and do training or do classes or something like that. So it's been interesting. This is the second one we've seen. The first one using the foam though. So, all right, we're getting ready to head across this little bridge right here. We're still on the Lakeshore Trail. We'll be on it for at least the rest of the day, and we may finish the Lakeshore today. I just can't remember if our campsite is right past Lakeshore or if it's right before Lakeshore ends. So I'll keep you guys up to date. Hold you back out because look at this old rock wall, probably built by the CCC boys back in the day, but it kind of helps build the trail up, and it goes pretty good ways up that I can tell. Call me crazy, but I don't think that's a Smokies approved privy right there, but that definitely is a toilet seat and a toilet lid. Right after the bumper dumper there, we spooked a hawk, and apparently he had killed a squirrel right there on the trail where we were walking. So we walked past his kill and left it, and he can come back, or she can come back and take care of it. But we're still on the Lakeshore Trail, which I kind of find interesting. They've stopped putting the BMT markers out on here, but looks like Hazel Creek is 21 miles back, 76. I believe that's where we were, so we've done 8.7. I don't know if that's right, because that would mean we have almost 10 more miles to go, but I don't remember where we were. But I'll keep you guys up to date. We're heading on. We're getting close to the tunnel of nowhere, so I'll bring you back out for that. All right, looks like we're going to get some BMT love right here. I think this is Lakeshore and White Oak Branch. So we're headed to the right onto, well, we'll still be on the lakeshore, but that's going up towards White Oak and Lakeview Drive. So, alrighty. Huh, that's interesting. So this goes, looks like right up above 74. Lots of cool rock formations through here. All right, we're on the road to nowhere. We're almost to the tunnel, but you can see how cool they terraced all this hillside up here, and then literally the road stops right where that sign is. So this is the road that was going to go somewhere that now goes to the nowheres. But the tunnel, you can kind of see a little bit over there in the dark. That's the tunnel. So we're almost over there. I'll take you through it. It's probably going to be pretty dark, but that's what tunnels are about, right? So, all right, we're heading towards the tunnel. Looks like people love to spray graffiti outside of it too. But I guess when you're in this back side of the park and nobody can see what you're doing, you do crazy stuff. So, there's some rocks back there with graffiti on them too. But all this old railing out here. Man. I can see people on the other end over there. All right, here we go. I'm walking into the light. All right, that was pretty cool. All right, Jeff's back there somewhere. I saw him turn around to get some footage and go back, so. All right, I'll keep you guys up to date. Man, it is wet out here. All right, so we made it to camp. There's a big rock or something in my floor. Oh well, at least it's not sharp. So we made it to camp. It rained on us once we got out of the tunnel. It started raining. I think you saw us with umbrellas on and all that good stuff. It rained all the way here. And from what I saw when I had service, I believe it's supposed to rain all night. So we're kind of just in our tents, and I think I'm gonna cook under the vestibule. I think a warm shake tonight would be tasty after getting damp. I mean, we were wet all day, and then, you know, you're complaining because you're sweaty and wet, but then now it's cool and wet. It's actually kind of nice, but still, I'd like to be dry, so I'm letting my feet air out and get dry. My upper body's already dry. My shorts never really got wet, so my legs aren't really wet. It's just my feet are pretty damp, so I'm trying to let those get dry. I put my shirt in a big Ziploc. I was glad I kept all those big Ziplocs. I put my shirt in one just because I figure there's no way it's going to dry. I'll just put it on wet in the morning, and that way it doesn't get anything else wet in my socks that I had today. And liners, those are soaked. So I put those in another Ziploc, and if it clears up tomorrow or when it does, I'll pull those out and hang them off the pack and let those get dried out. I may actually wash them, maybe put some water in that bag. I don't think I have any Dr. Bronner's, or I'd make a little wash bag and wash them out and get them, but I need to clean them. They're pretty bad. So I'll put my dry socks and liners on tomorrow. But like I said, it's supposed to be rain all night, I believe. 80-90% chance. There's a flash flood warning, you know, near here or whatever. So, but when I saw it was they were only saying 1/4 to 1/2 inch of rain. So that doesn't seem like a lot, but you never know. I mean, the creek over here by us is going pretty good already. So we're a 1/10 of a mile off trail. We're at Bearpen Branch, and that's probably it for the night. I'm gonna warm up some water. I went and got some water. I can't tell if it's still raining for sure or if it's just coming off the trees, but J-Ben thought that he remembered there not being any trees in this spot, but we actually found several fir trees. I'm under one, and I think he's under another one, so we're getting some shielding from the rain, so that's nice. And my spot, it's pretty flat, but it's on a little bit of a slope, so if any water does, you know, go running, it's not going to pool here. So that's kind of why I chose this spot. Because it was still semi-dry with the rain that we had because of the tree, and then it's real close to the fire pit, which unless it quits raining completely, we probably won't be having a fire, but that's okay. There are picnic tables at this campsite, which is kind of nice, except they're all soaking wet now, so yeah, but whatever. Maybe in the morning. Well, depending on what time we leave, they probably won't be dry, but you never know. So, all right, keep you guys up to date and see you in the morning.